I'm grateful to the Madam Chair of the Council of Ministers, Ms. Borjana Krišto. Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for the excellent meeting that we had as Team Europe. As Madam President puts it, together with my fellow Prime Minister Rutte, we had a chance to hold meetings with the Council of Ministers and representatives of the House of Peoples and the House of Representatives, the National Parliament. Let me try to put our today's visit into a context. The timing and the composition of our delegation is by no chance accidental. This is a result of the discussion of the Council back in December when Bosnia and Herzegovina had the best conclusions so far, conclusions that led towards the Council's, that lead towards the Council's decision on the opening of negotiations. Our today's visit is an incentive and encouragement to the Council of Ministers, but also to the Parliament, to pass the necessary legislation in the coming weeks to undertake reforms in order to give arguments in the hands of the European Commission, arguments above all to the Madam President, but also the Enlargement Commissioner, Mr. Varhelyi, so that in the report that the Commission will be preparing for the heads of state that are due to convene on 21st and 22nd of March, to help us reach a consensus on the positive decision to open the negotiations with Bosnia and Herzegovina. In the last 2 years, there were major shifts, tectonic changes in the enlargement process. If anyone were to ask us 2 years ago if the Ukraine will submit a membership application, if it will be granted candidate status, if the EU would grant the opening of negotiations for Ukraine and Moldova, no one would believe that this was possible. However, Russia's aggression against Ukraine and Putin's political agenda had made and caused this major shift. And this was also an opportunity for Bosnia and Herzegovina to keep pace with other countries in the accession process. For years, Croatia has been the strongest, the relentless standing advocate of the country's membership in the EU, and we did the same back in December. It was upon Croatia's initiative that the conclusion was adopted as it is, and in agreement with Prime Minister Rutte and his country that well, he will not take it against me when I say that they are the strictest member state, the most rigid member state when it comes to deciding on any country in the enlargement process. It was our joint agreement to see firsthand the commitment to the reform process by the Council of Ministers headed by Madam Krišto in the last year, based on the number of laws, legislation, policies, budget. It will demonstrate that it's more functional than its predecessors. So the time is now. This strategic visit and this political window of opportunities that opened is a chance to resolve the law on courts and to finalize the law on High Judicial and Prosecutorial Council, and also to work on anti-money laundering law and take a number of other steps that would help the Commission and the Member States to pass this crucial decision. So that is the very essence and the main point of our today's visit. Based on what we heard today, this message is well understood and embraced, and in the coming weeks, in the support of all of us and with the political takeover of responsibility, full engagement of all political leaders, ruling parties in particular, we will have arguments in hand for the positive decision to be made come March. I remind you that this is the last year of work of the current Commission. We are in the final year of the current convocation of the Parliament. In less than two months, the election campaign for the Parliament will kick in. If we lose March, will lose the entire year for positive decision-making when it comes to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and there's no doubt about it. After the election, we'll have new institutions in place, a new agenda of the EU Commission, and this will take us to January 2025. That is why my message to all friends and partners in the country is to use the window of opportunity that has emerged. Croatia will continue genuinely supporting Bosnia and Herzegovina on a partnership and friendly basis in this decision making. Prime Minister Rutte.